Well, Danielle, welcome to the podcast. Thank you so much for coming on and talking with me today. Kind of share with everybody where you're located, what your business is like, how your team is structured.
Sure. So thank you so much for having me. I am Danielle Todd. I own Spa La Vie in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Um, I have 3 team members right now. Currently, we do lashes, we do facials, waxing, all the beautiful spa things.
All the spa things. I love it. Awesome. So kind of talk to me about before you joined the program, you said you've run a business for about 6 or 7 years. Kind of tell
Yep.
me what the journey over the last 6 or 7 years has been that got you to the point where you're like, I think I might need some help to get to that next level.
Um, so yeah, for the first 6 years, my business was doing well. We were profitable. We were doing okay with our numbers. I didn't really know how to analyze my numbers and know exactly how well I was doing. But I knew there was some money at the end of the year, like when we would do taxes. And with 2020, I think with everybody, everything kind of changed. And through the last 2 years, I knew my business could do more than it was doing. And so when I heard that you were offering the mastermind, I thought it was like perfect. I've done masterminds in the past, but they never really touched on how to read the numbers in a business and show me where I needed to focus my attention.
I love that. So do you feel like that's what you got?
Yeah.
We just got off one of our coaching calls. And so part of what we work you through, and I'm a huge proponent of database decisions now. Like since shutting the business down and coming back, that's where I operate. Cause to me, that's what creates the freedom. And it makes it so much easier to make a decision when you have data behind it. So even you and I just went and figured out your 2023 budget and sales goal and profit plan. And so now
Yeah.
you have structure. So kind of tell me what diving into data and even understanding what data to look at and where to look, how has that changed either how you see your business or how you operate your business?
Um, so yeah, I mean, you can look at your sales that you have every single day, but if for me, that's what I was doing. And so I would kind of mentally calculate where I could spend my money, but having it down on the sheets and then for you to sit there and say, well, what about this line? Where is this number? What is this telling you? Look at those, go back and look at the analytics and stuff like that. So for me to have that, because without it, I was all over the place
Yeah.
and just like scatterbrained and wondering where I needed to focus that attention. Should I do it here? And I think I was making okay decisions, but I wasn't making the right decisions.
Or intentional, or
Um, they weren't
predictable.
intentional decisions. Exactly. So now that you've went through and like showed me where I can sit there and I can look at, maybe one of the months where I spent a little bit more, I can go back and see why I spent that so I don't do it again.
Yeah. Or that you're intentional if you are going to spend money in one month that we make up for it in other months or we pull back
Yes, exactly.
just
Yes.
this constant leaky bucket, right? Because it's really interesting because it's really more about the behavior of managing money. And even, we should touch on this. We were coming up with profit goals, and Danielle's in a great position where she doesn't need a whole lot of income. Like she's good, right? So kind of tell me what you said when I said, well, what's your third milestone of pay, of profit? What was your response?
For the part where I said I didn't want to be greedy.
Yeah. Wait a second. What does greed have to do with anything? I'm asking you for numbers so that we can increase profitability. That's not bad. That's not greedy. She's like, I just like to pour everything back in my business. But even that mindset, and I totally understand investing back into your business, but kind of talk me through, did you have any takeaways or ahas from even just realizing that you go straight to greed when it comes to increasing money and things that money might be good for that we don't label as greedy?
Um, well, I mean, I know just in other things that I have like a money mindset issue, that I have a blockage that I need to like work through. But yeah, I guess for me that I pour my heart and soul in my business. And so I think to myself, whenever there's money, I just put it back into it as opposed to take care of myself.
Mm,
But it's like that thing, if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take of others.
yeah.
So I feel like for you to like really kind of show me that, it was like, huh, yeah, okay, I can take a little bit for myself.
Yeah,
And
and we can
yeah,
budget for that and the business will still be okay and still be
yeah,
growing. We can still
there's
have money set aside to reinvest back into it. So it's not like all or nothing thinking,
right.
right? Yeah. Well, and it's just even being aware that like your default thing, because she was talking about, paying herself 3 grand a month, 5 grand a month, 7,500 a month. And it was just like, well, I don't want to be greedy. And I'm like, what does greed have to do with anything? Is that money not taking care of yourself so that you can make really great decisions and build out a team that can then make really good financial decisions and grow and evolve? And that money can also be used to providing benefits for team members and providing great services for clients. Like what helps me with money mindset stuff is equating income to impact. And the more income I make, the more impact I can have. The more impact I have, the more money I'll make. And it just all works together because my goal, my focus is really truly impact. Right. So that might be a belief that you want to adopt that might serve you well of like, wow, when I'm starting to pay myself really well, how much more capacity do I have to pour into my team? Because I'm not scared about making bills or, what happens if taxes come along or those kinds of things. So, take it or leave it.
No, it's
Talk to me.
perfect. I think that's a really good way to look at it.
Yeah. Well, thank you. It serves me. I mean, for sure. Because I have definitely have had all sorts of money beliefs and stuff I've had to work through and still continue to work through. Talk to me about what's been a really beautiful part of the mastermind that you've really enjoyed.
Honestly, I mean, I love being able to have the one-on-ones with you and just like work through everything. I think that is great. But honestly, I think we said it during our little event where it's just really the community of us together and like learning from each other. We are stuck most of the time in a treatment room by ourselves, especially if you're brand new or out on your own. You don't have anybody to really talk to and go through the problems that you might be facing with somebody else. You kind of feel like you're by yourself in that. And so being able to go meet with other people who are in the same position as you, maybe not exactly, but they can understand where you're coming from, where maybe nobody else can. And I feel like in this industry, we don't like to really share around us with other business owners what's kind of going on with ourselves or our business. We're kind of closed on that. So being able to do it with a group and go through the same things and get ideas from each other, I think was like awesome. And they're
Um,
from all over the world, well, all over the United States, but it was just great to be able to like connect and meet friends and like it was just so much fun.
your besties.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Oh my gosh, we had so much fun at dinner.
Which one? Oh, on the last night or the
They were
night?
all the dinners.
All the dinners. Yeah, it was interesting because in the retreat on the last night we went out to dinner and then went to downtown Nashville because we were in Nashville. And I at about 11 o'clock was like, I gotta go home. Like I've been going for the last like 3 or 4 days. And I thought everybody would be like, okay, it's time to wrap up because Tara's leaving and I think one person left with me, but you guys were like out till like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. You guys, I mean, it was beautiful to see just how much you guys bonded and connected, how little it had to do with me, which is cool because then I'm like, I'm just the facilitator to get you guys in the room and you connect and get the support that you need. And so that's why we really, based on the feedback of this season and the last season, we're doing 2 in-person retreats from here forward each season because of that connection that happens when you're in a room with people and you all operate and you vibrate at a much higher level and you create those connections. Because then when you go home, you still have that connection. You can reach out to that person. You guys can text each other, DM each other, and it just becomes more real and you feel more validated in your experience of running a business and knowing you have a safe place to go to work through whatever's coming up.
Yeah. And there was one part that you said that whenever you're having an issue or you have a complaint about an employee or something, go to each other
Yes.
and talk about it with each other. And that way you're not like holding it all in or talking to other employees that you shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah. Yeah. That has happened a couple of times. We've had some members who really utilize their team as almost like partners in the business, or they want to treat them as equals. And it's really hard to step into that leadership role when your team sees you as an equal.
Yeah.
And also it's when we're taking the emotion out of it by going to a third party person who really knows what we're trying to do, especially in beauty business, and they can see where you're emotionally struggling. They can either support you in your emotions of that and help you regulate your emotions or just process through it, or they can give you strategies to stop the pain or the hurt or the fear that helps you move forward, getting you moving in the direction. So I think because it's one thing to have a partner, right, who's like your go-to, or like a parent or a friend, but if they're not doing what you're doing and not trying to get to the result you're getting, there's kind of that, well, you don't quite understand what I'm going through kind of thing.
Exactly. We had that one exercise where we had to each go around and we had a issue, and everybody kind of wrote down their idea of how to get through it. And there was like encouraging words and stuff like that. And I thought that was like beautiful to have. And I still have all of my little cards.
Your love notes.
Yes.
Isn't that fun? Are you a words of affirmation person?
No, actually, I think I'm more of a quality time person.
Oh, so you love the retreat worked really well for you. I'm a words of affirmation person. So those love notes really, we do love notes at the retreats where you guys write each other like encouraging words, or like, here's what I would do, or just suggestions. And it's something that you take home and you can look back. I still have some love notes over here from a mastermind I was in, but occasionally I'll look through and be like, oh, yeah, that was a really good idea.
Yeah.
I am doing really good. Okay, so let's talk about how has your business transformed, changed, evolved? How have you changed and evolved over the last 6 months of the program?
Well, I think when I started in the program, I was working in the treatment room 4 days a week. I gave off Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and now I'm down to 2.5 days a week, which is awesome. And my sales numbers haven't changed. I mean, they got a little bit better, but they haven't decreased. I haven't lost profit by getting myself out of the treatment room. Because you showed me that it was okay to do that and hand off my clients.
Yeah, when your clients actually let that happen. What has been what are your sales to date? I think we have 2 months left of the year, but what have you done in sales so far this year?
So I'm a little over 200,000.
You are. Love it. She's raising the roof. Well, congratulations. What's that like? What does that feel like to have done 200K in 10 months?
I mean, it feels really good. I know we've done it in the past before the pandemic happened. So to kind of get back to this level has just been awesome. It kind of, you do get kind of down on yourself, or at least for me during that time, I got a little down on myself on things, and just to kind of see that my business is thriving and coming back is just such a beautiful thing.
Yeah. And you're not the one that's trading your time for money to generate those sales.
Right. I'm able to actually work with my employees and help them and guide them where they need to go, where they might have struggled in the past. I was actually there to be able to help them and coach them through something. And I think they're better for it.
What is it you're most proud of yourself for?
Oh, that's a hard one.
I
don't know. What am I most proud of? Tara.
We still got some more work to do, Danielle.
Gosh, you're gonna have me for like another 6 months. Honestly, I think for myself, it actually has nothing to do with my business. For me, it was being able to get out of my shell, to actually go to Nashville. I suffer from anxiety terribly. And to go into a room with a bunch of women that I don't know, who don't know me. I was actually to be able to go in very confidently and share my experiences with them. I think I found out that I was the oldest one in the group.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and I don't know, I don't think I have the most experience. I've been doing that for 18 years, but to be able to kind of give back a little bit of what I know and my experiences through those years and help them out, that was really like awesome for me. So I like sharing what I know. I'm a 5-1 generator in my human design. So I'm kind of labeled as like a know-it-all, but I like to share what I know. And so being able to do that, for me, that was kind of huge. Because I'm kind of shy and introverted.
I did not get that vibe from you at all. The thing that just anytime I hear this, I always think of you. It's like, I love this journey for you. She says that all the time, and it's sarcastic, but it's hilarious. Her timing, you're such a joy to be around. So I did not pick up on that at all. So good for you.
Oh, good. I'm a great actress then.
You're really proud of your acting skills, but you got the reward out of it, right? Like you got the connections.
I did.
That energy. We'll have more breath work that's a little more transformative than the ones we had last time, because I think you're going to love that as well. Well, Danielle, let's wrap up this conversation. Let's go back to the person that was thinking about joining this program back in May, June-ish of 2021, the version of Danielle prior to joining this program. If she was on the fence and thinking this program might or might not be the right fit for me, what would you advise her? What would you say to her to help her make that decision one way or the other?
I would probably say to her, if what's worked for you in the past got you where you are, to get where you need to go, you're going to need to do more. And you're going to have to be different to grow. And for me, that's exactly what happened. I was doing great, but I knew I could do more. I just needed somebody to show me how to get there.
I love it. What got you here? There. I say that all the time to myself, to everybody who listens, because it's true. It's what got you to your first 100K in sales is not going to be the same mindset, the same person, the same way that you look at your business that's going to get you to multiple 6 and even into 7 figures. And as you grow and as you scale, we call it new level, new devil. You're going to run into new problems, different problems, more expensive problems as you grow your sales, and being able to have that support system, have that community, have other people who have gone before you and who have done it or can advise you on where you want to go that keeps you in path with your goals. That's invaluable. All right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Love it. Love it. Well, thank you so much for being a part of season 2. And it sounds like we'll be seeing her in season 3. So if you want to join Danielle in season 3, applications are open until December 9th. I believe the time of this recording, we do have a class coming up called Build Your Team, Live Your Dream that you can sign up for. So you can go to lashpreneur.com/buildyourteam and kind of learn more about the program, kind of what it takes to get to multiple 6 and even 7-figure businesses by building a team. And so if you have any questions about building out a team, DM us #hire. Otherwise, we'll see you next time. Have a good one.